18th of January, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Let's see here. Welcome back, Lou.
Thank you.
We're up to Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Elazar. Let's see what we have over here. Oh yeah, this was a bit okay. All right. Oh, it did with the psikale yesterday. And Niflug Belisni B'didei. B'didei. Okay, now the Gemara is going on. So we'll start with Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Elazar. Amr Tovayu. This can be found on the 104A, and towards the bottom of the page. Actually, the bottom 4 lines of the page. The last narrow line of the page on 104A. Says Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Elazar.
Rabbi Yochanan to Rabbi Elazar de Amrei Tarvaihu. Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Elazar both say Sheliach she'asa'o be'edim have shaliach. An agent that was appointed in the presence of witnesses is a legal agent. Ve'im tomar mishnasenu. And if you will say that our Mishnah I guess you fill in, it implies differently.
Right.
Mamtzi lo shaliach. It's where he makes an agent available. The English says the victim makes the agent available to the robber. I'm not sure I follow that.
Okay, so let's just back up a bit, and maybe we'll get this, and we could do it quickly and effectively. Right, just like when you go to the what's her name, and she sticks the needle in your arm quickly and effectively, and they get the blood. Okay, so hopefully this won't hurt.
And hopefully we won't have to bleed for it.
Yeah. So why the Gemora is bringing the Mishnah, because the Mishnah was right. Remember, we had a machlokes between Rav Chizda and I think it was Rava on whether a shliach which has been made in the presence of Eidim is a halakhically valid shliach, meaning that you give it into his hand. So that's just like you gave it into the hand of the one who appointed him to be his shliach. So that's And the nafkamina over here is this Goslin who swore false, and the Mishnah says that he's got to give it to the guy that he stole it from, and he shouldn't give it into the hand of his son or even to his shliach. So the Gemora said, "Oh, his shliach." It sounds like his shliach. It means that how would we know that it's his shliach unless he appointed him in front of witnesses, and the witnesses told everybody, and everybody knows that this is his shliach. Therefore, the Mishnah says it's his shliach, meaning one that was appointed in front of witnesses. And nevertheless, you see that the Mishnah says it's to no avail. It doesn't help. It doesn't help over there. So that was where Reb Chizda answered that no, it's not really talking about a duly appointed shliach, even though that's what it would seem to be. So that's the starting point over here, and that's why the Mishnah over here, the Gemara is over here mentioning our Mishnah, because these Amoraim, Rabbi Elazar and Rabbi Yochanan, are saying that if you appoint the guy in front of witnesses, he's a shliach. So they're coming out seemingly on the side of Reb Chizda, and we asked the kasha on Reb Chizda from the Mishnah. So the Gemara says, so therefore, what were they going to do with the Mishnah? How would they explain the Mishnah? Mishnah seems to be against him. The Mishnah seems to be saying that even if you appoint a shliach in front of witnesses, he's not really a legal, validly shliach that can be a shliach. He's just saying like, you could give it to this guy. He seems to be a trustworthy individual to me. But that's not on. It's not. I'm not taking any responsibility over there. So what are they going to say? So now we got to understand the Gemara's answer. In other words, this is going to be a different answer than the answer that Rav Chizda gave. He said the answer is that no, the Mishnah is not talking about a shliach in front of witnesses that was appointed. No, it was talking about his companion or his employee. So now we're going to have a different answer. Also, there's going to be some type of an answer, which is going to say it's not a shliach that was appointed in front of witnesses. So why are we calling him a shliach though? So the Gemara says b'mamsi lo shliach. Amarle isli zuze gabi planya. And he's talking about a case. Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Elazar will tell you that the Mishnah, which it says that the Goslin won't be able to give it to him and absolve his obligation to give it to the Nigzal, even though the Nigzal, it seems like the Nigzal appointed this person as his agent with witnesses. Otherwise, why would we call him his agent? So we're going to say, no, it's not talking about that case. It's talking about a case of, what does this mean? Mamsi lo shliach. Not talking about a shliach that was made by the Nigzal in front of witnesses, but that he told him, Isli zuze gabi planya. He said, the Nigzal said to this shliach, he said, listen, I got a problem. Yeah, what's your problem? My problem is that there's a guy that needs to give me money, but he lives he doesn't live near us in Madai. He lives in Eretz Yisrael, and so I want that you should. That's the way it's going over here. That's what he said so far. Let's see what the. So now I'll let you continue with the reading. V'lo kol mishadalahu.
There's a Rashi on that first if you want. I don't know.
Okay, let's take a look at that Rashi.
Last Rashi and see what it says. The last Rashi says the im toma mishnah tem. If you would say it's a mishnah, the katani that we taught lo yitain l'shlucho, that he shouldn't give it to the shliach. The lo asu be'edim, and if he didn't give it to him, if he didn't appoint him, make him an agent in front of witnesses. Mana yadin, how do you know? Now this low is in brackets, so I don't know which way it goes when you put it in brackets.
Yeah, you need to read the brackets.
You read the brackets. Low tukma. It's not
also be'edim, right?
It's not established the asu be'edim that someone has made an agent in front of witnesses. Ella rather, and now here's that word, b'metzi lo shliach, that he made him available. The shliach was made available. He presented the shliach to him. Is that bikesh? The requests? No, bikesh.
Yes,
biyakas.
Bikesh mechavero. He requested from his friend.
Bikesh. He requested mechavero from his friend. Shemitzulo, that he should bring it to him. Legazlan. He should bring him to the thief, to the robber. At that smoke himself to the thief. Loma to say lo to him. If he wants if he wants to send klum, nothing, ploni to the ploni shliach biyado. The ploni is the unknown person, is the agent in his hand.
Okay, so Rashi is helping us out a lot over here. Rashi says, "V'imtoma Mishnah Seinu." If you'll say, "Oh, but the Mishnah," continues Rashi, the Ktani, it's like a run on Rashi. The Mishnah, the Ktani that we learned there, "Lo yiten l'shlucho." It says in the Mishnah, "Don't give it." The Gazlan, he shouldn't give it to the shliach, to his shliach, because it won't help. It won't help him because he needs to give it into the hand of the nigzal him personally. The shlichus won't help. So that sounds like even if he did it in front of witnesses, it won't help. Continues Rashi, "Either loy asu be'edim minol yadinan," and that was the Gemora. And Rashi is now quoting what the Gemora said to prove its hypothesis that we're talking in the Mishnah about a shliach that was duly appointed in front of witnesses to be a shliach. And because the Gemara said, if it wouldn't have been that was what happened, then how do we know minayadidin? How would we know? How would the Mishnah know that this is in fact the shliach of the nigzal? So that was the kasha on Reb Chisda that the Gemara asked, that the Mishnah is mashma, not like Reb Chisda. It's mashma that even if the guy was appointed by the nigzal as in front of witnesses, it would nevertheless not work for the gazlan to give it into the hand of that shliach. It wouldn't be regarded as though it was given into the hand of the nigzal himself. So that's the kasha. And then Rashi says, "Lo tukma be'aso be'edim." We will not, according to Rav Yochanan and Rav Elazar, we will not establish that the Mishnah is talking about that scenario. Lo tukma be'aso be'edim, that the nigzal appointed this guy in front of witnesses to be his duly appointed shliach. Because if that would be the case, according to Rav Chisda and as well as Rav Yochanan and Rav Elazar over here, then the Gazlan could give it to such a shliach like that, and he could absolve himself of his obligation altogether. But rather, what happened over here? Ella, Rather, what does the Mishnah mean? It says, don't give it to his shliach. How is it that it's his shliach, the shliach of the nigzal? So Rashi explains what the Gemora is saying over here, very, very clearly, I believe. And the Rashi says, "B'mamsi lo shliach," that he presented the nigzal, had this shliach present himself to the gazlan. B'mamsi lo shliach. Bikesh mechabero. What did he do? He requested from his friend, a third person. In other words, we're talking about the nigzal, who requested from his friend, a third party, sheyamsilo legazlan, that he should present himself to the gazlan in Eretz Yisrael, es atzmo, himself, loy marlo, and to tell him as follows: Im tirtza lishlach klum leploni, if you would like to send something. Now, here the word klum, I know sometimes the word klum means nothing. And you know what? Sometimes the word klum means something. And how do you, if you'll ask me, how do I know over here that it doesn't mean nothing, but it means something? Because look at the context of the sentence. It says, Im tirtza lishloach klum leploni, if you want to send klum to Ploni. What does it mean that you want to send klum to Ploni? You want to send something to Ploni. Not if you don't want to send anything to him, then I don't have to talk to you. Im tirtza lishloach klum leploni, if you would like to send something to Ploni, shalach biodi, send it in my hand, because and if the Goslin says, well, what's your how do you come into the story, mister? He says, because look, the Nigzal is a friend of mine, and he approached me and he said, would you please go here and present yourself to this individual, and he has money for me, and tell him maybe he'd like to give the money with me. Meaning to say that look, he himself said that I'm a trustworthy person. I'm not going to steal it from anybody. And if you want to save yourself the time, do it rather than do it yourself. Give it to me. But so that's what Rashi is explaining, the case that Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Elazar are going to say the Mishnah is talking about when it says that the Goslin cannot send it with his shliach. It means the Goslin will not be able to avail himself of this shliach who the Nigzal told in this way, not in front of witnesses, to just go and present himself and tell him to give the money to him if he would like to do so. Why? Because it doesn't work. Because it's not a valid halachic shlichus. It will not be regarded as though when the Goslin puts it into the hand of this individual, that it will be regarded in halacha as though the Nigzal has already received it. And therefore, nafkamina is that if something happens to this guy on the way, even an onus, not in anything in his power to control, the Goslin will lose out. Okay. Okay. So we're with that Rashi, we've already explained what the case is that our Gemora was talking about. But if you want, we could still read the words, and maybe we'll be able to see the words better and understand them better in light of Rashi's explanation that we already see. So if you want to do it, we could start from B'mamsi lo shliach, if you want. Otherwise, if you want, we'll just go weiter. Okay. Oh, Lou, you want to continue, or you want to pass the baton?
I yield the floor.
Lou yields the floor to Roy.
Where is it? Not the floor, but the, okay. Where is the, I can't see it.
104A4, I think. I think we flipped the page.
I was looking there.
In other words, you could read even from the Im Tomar Mishnah Seinu, but B'mamsi lo shliach. It's the end of the third line from the bottom of the page. In my Gemora.
Oh, that's 104A3.
104A3. Oh, I see. All right. The Mamatsi Sia Lo Shaliach. I will answer that the Mishnah refers to a case where the victim, and the word victim is in brackets, merely makes an agent available to the robber. The victim makes an agent available to the robber. Da'amar lay, that is the case where the victim tells the agent, Es li zuzay gaber panolia velo ka. I have Mishalgay lahu. I have money. The victim says, I have money with so and so, and he is not turning over to 104A4, and he's not sending it to me.
Right, he's not sending it.
I have money with so and so means that so and so owns me this money, and he's not sending it to me.
Correct.
Please appear before him and offer to deliver it to me.
Right.
Please offer to
Dilma.
Dilma Inish Fu Delay Mashkach Leshadura Lay. Perhaps he simply can't find anyone to send it. E Nami Kadare Chista. Alternatively, the Mishnah may be understood as explained above by Rav Chista. Bishiro Ulakito, that it deals with the victim's employee or his companion. The Mishnah may be understood as dealing with the victim's employee or his companion.
Right, that was the teretz that we said before, according to Reb Chizda, that what the Mishnah means to say is that he asked his employee or his companion to the nigzal, the victim asked one of these individuals to go and fetch it from the Goslin. So that would be that's an alternative answer to explain why it would be that the Mishnah says, and the Goslin cannot send it with these people. Now, what does it mean that he cannot send it with these people? That's what it says in the Mishnah. It means to say that he won't be able to absolve his obligation merely by giving it into the hand of this shliach. It won't be regarded like it generally is if a shliach is duly appointed in front of witnesses, that if you give it into the hand of the shliach, it's already regarded as though it was given into the hand of the one who appointed him to be his shliach. And therefore, if it gets stolen along the way. So then it'll nevertheless be regarded as though the money has already been given over to the nigzal. So that the Mishnah says no, it's not going to be regarded like that. So that's what it means to say he cannot give it to such a person. He could give it to such a person if he wants to give it a try, but it's a risk. It's a risk because the burden of loss or being stolen from is on the gazlan. But in any case, these are the two alternative ways that these Amoraim are going to explain our Mishnah to mean, so that the Mishnah doesn't contradict what they hold. Okay. So that was what that meant over there. Shema inish hu the lo mashkach, the shadurele. It's a kind of a funny way, if you ask me, to say it. But I guess what it means is perhaps it was the we're in other words, we're judging we're judging the gazlan. We're donning him the kafskus. We're giving him the benefit of the doubt. Why is it that this gazlan has not sent me the money yet? Maybe he just has not been successful to find the right individual who is ready, willing, and capable of doing this task. And so therefore, that's the only reason why he has not sent the money yet. But if I have found such a person, you're my friend, the gazlan, the nigzal is saying to this person. The victim says, but I have found you, and now you can, I can ask you to go present yourself to the gazlan, and like that he could give it a try if he wants. That's why Rashi says im tirtze, if you want to take a chance with your money, and then that way, if it does in fact, if this agent, quote unquote, he's not a real halakhic agent, but if he ends up getting it from the gazlan gives him the money, and then the guy goes into Madai, and he goes to his friend in Madai, and he gives it to him. So then what will be? That will be regard that then the gazlan has absolved himself of the obligation. No, we don't mean to say that it's a paraduma over here, and only he can, and he has to personally give it into his hand. We're just saying he won't be able to say that he gave it to the nigzal by giving it to this type of an agent, because this agent is not a duly appointed agent that has the halakhas of agency on him. Okay. And with that, we will go weiter. But before we go weiter, we have to have a round of applause. Do we not? Didn't we finish over here?
2 words.
Oh, we still have a few more words. Okay, a premature round of applause. Sorry about that. We'll call upon Phil to continue the reading in the Gemora and finish this Amud.
Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Shmuel. Rav Yehuda says the name is Shmuel. Now you can do applause.
Well done, Phil.
Okay. Ein mishalchen, we don't send Maut's money b'diyukni as b'diyukni. It says here in Oswald as a symbol. Diyukni. And there's a Rashi on what diyukni means. That we don't send money with a diyukni. Let's see if Rashi defines the diyukni. Diyukni is masar lo baal hapatika. He transfers to him the baal of the pikadon, the money holder, the deposit. Lishliach, he gives it over to the agent. Simanim, the signs. When he writes to him, Chotamu, you should make a stamp ba'agra, this document, umasara, and transfer to him, v'omo lo, and say to him, lech, go, v'hitra'a Ploni, and like testify about it to Ploni. And he will give it to you, money, Sheishli, that he has in your hand, his hand, so to speak. So basically, there's money someplace else, and he's writing a document saying transfer the money to him.
Ein mishalchin mos b'diukonim. So we're talking about a shlichus still. We're still talking about a shliach. And it says, "Ein b'shalchin mos." Do not send money b'diuk kodim with such, I guess, a type of a shliach in the hand of a shliach who presents himself, and he brings a siman, or some type of a chatima, like Rashi says over here, from the mafkid, from the one who deposited the money. Don't take that as a proof that this is his duly appointed shliach. So in other words, that's what Rashi is explaining. If the depositor, the mafkid, he's the Baal Pikadon that Rashi is talking about. He's really the one who owns the deposited item, because he probably was the one who personally deposited this item by the shomer for safekeeping. And so now the issue is that the owner of this deposited object wants to have this this third party go and fetch it for him. He doesn't want to go there himself, and he's trying to. He knows that the shomer who's keeping it in safekeeping for him is going to be a bit suspicious, because he's going to say, what's your tudat zahut? Ma tudat zahut shelcha, right? And he's going to say, well, I have a simanim, and I have a chatima from the Baal Pikadon that authorizes me to be authorized to accept this Pikadon from you on his behalf. So the Gemora is saying over here, it's very nice, but it's not going to work. Ein mishalchin. It's not going to work. What do you mean it's not going to work? It's not going to work means that the shomer can refuse. He can refuse. He's not going to be derelict in his duty as a shomer if he says, look, I don't see that you are a duly appointed agent. You got a proof. It seems like you have a proof that you did talk to the owner of the Pikadon, but I don't know you have a halachic status of being a shliach, such that if I give it into your hand and robbers on the way rob it from you, then I won't be on the hook. And so therefore I'm refusing to give it to you. Yochel hashomer shelo lishloach esamos biyad hashliach. Mishum she'achrayas haderech alav. The responsibility for the transport of this item back to the one that owns it is on who? Is on the shomer. And the shomer says, sorry, I'm not taking achrayas for that. If this guy wants to, I'm holding this thing for this guy. And if he wants to come and pick it up personally, I'll give it to him. I'll be happy to give it to him. But I can't give it to somebody that I'm going to be on the hook until it gets into his hand. I'm going to be on the hook. Forget it. Okay. Oh, now this is interesting. Look what the Gemora says further. V'afilu. Bill, please read.
Okay, for ilu chedim, even if the witnesses chotum alan, they signed on that note.
Wow. So why? So this needs explanation. Why? If so, then it sounds like he's a duly appointed agent, and then there would be then the shomer in giving it to this guy as a duly appointed agent. Now he's absolved of of the achrayas haderech. But it seems as though the Gemora is saying not like that. The Gemora is saying that the shliach has a right to refuse to give it to him because he still has achrayas haderech on him, and that will be even if there's witnesses that are signed on this I guess this letter that's been given by the shliach to the shomer. Wow, they say over here the whole thing over here because it needs explanation. It needs explanation over here. Why is it that it doesn't work to make him a validly halachic agent? Al diukoni ke'edis she'achen zu hi diukoni shel hamafkid bor lanu she'diukoni zu nishlacha al yedei hamafkid. We're not in doubt about the fact that the Baal Pikadon sent this individual with this letter, Ushiritzono she'ashliach yavilo ma'osav, and that he desires that the shomer should send him his money that belongs to him in the hand of this guy. But nevertheless, it doesn't work. Atam, and the reason why is mishum shekeven she'amafkid lo. I'm just reading here a note. Mishum shekeven she'amafkid lo torach limnoso shliach b'fnei edim. On account of the fact that the Baal Pikadon did not go to the effort of appointing this individual as an agent in front of witnesses. What the Ella Rak Mosar Biyodo Diukani Shalo? He just sent this Diukani of his to the shomer. But Edim Einam Me'edim Ella Shazu Diukani Shalo. Oh, you hear? The edim that are signed on this note, which we're calling the diukani, all they're testifying to is not that they were not that this guy was appointed as a shliach, but that they're testifying that this diukani was made by the Baal Pikadon. That's all they're testifying to. So we don't have edim on the appointment of this guy as the shliach. That's not the witnesses that we're talking about over here. So therefore, it was not the intention. It was not the intention of the Baal Pikadon to appoint this guy as a shliach. And you can understand that very well, because do you know what it means if he appoints him as a duly appointed shliach? That means that the achrayas haderech is going to be on the owner, the Baal Kadam. That's what it means. So that's the deal over here. The question of the shlichus is who's going to have the achrayas aderech on them. Okay, so I see we're out of time, and very good. Yasher koyach.
Thank you.
Have a great day, Phil and Lou and Roy.
It could be well.
All the best.
See you, Phil. Lou.
See ya.
See everybody tomorrow.